Today's story, suing over COVID lockdowns. Parents in the UK could sue the government for €145 million for ignoring the impact of draconian lockdowns on children. This comes from a parents group called Us for Them. They claim that the government's COVID inquiry, which deemed lockdowns, quote, necessary, proportionate, and justified, end quote, did not account for the demonstrable harm to children. They demand that this be investigated and quantified and threaten to litigate for it to happen if necessary. Hey everybody, this is Marcel Ernie with Irnieracing News and the Canadian Journalist. Today is December 20th, 2023. So what do you guys think? Suing over COVID lockdowns, you think it's justified? So the letter from this parents group is available for usforthem.co.uk. Open letter to Rishi Sunak raising concerns about the COVID inquiry. I'll read you just a little bit from it under the harms costs. The inquiry is creating the impression, reflected in extensive print media and social media commentaries, of having predetermined that lockdowns were necessary, proportionate, and justified, notwithstanding the very extensive documented harms they have caused and continue to cause. On numerous occasions, the inquiry appeared to have failed to consider whether there was an alternative to the lockdowns that were imposed on this country, and has instead appeared to me almost exclusively focused on whether lockdowns should have been implemented harder, sooner, and for longer. The questions of whether lockdowns were necessary, proportionate, and justified, however, can only be meaningfully be considered in the context of available alternative strategies, including by examining international competitors, and, crucially, only once has been attempted to evaluate the harms caused by the lockdowns. So there's a lot to read here, guys. I'm not going to go over it all today, and a lot of things you can't mention on CensorTube about COVIDism specifically. So we'll go back to the main. So why did we do that, and how did it hurt them? You know, locking down everybody and the children. A serious inquiry would take that into account, right? What he's referring to is what's written above that I can't mention on CensorTube. Support masking children for protection against COVIDism. Okay, guys, so what do you think about this potential lawsuit against the draconian lockdowns as the threat to get an inquiry going forth? This is Marcel with Irnieracing News, Canadian Journalist, December 20th, 2023.